So we're going to start a new series of theories of covalent bond in which we're going to discuss about the formation and the classification of covalent bond in detail. So our today's lecture is based on a theory that is VBT, in which we're going to talk about the intro of this theory. This theory was given by two scientists, Hitler and London. These two scientists were known as the former of the covalent bond. So this theory basically tells us about the atom. Like first at initial, if we talk about atom, an atom is consist of protons and then some neutrons and then a field of electrons that are probably the cloud of electrons. As we all know that there isn't any specified circulation of the electrons, but electron is something that stays in cloud. So probably when two atoms are there with protons and electrons cloud, so probably the theory that was presented by London and Hitler says that whenever there is attraction towards the electrons, that is highlighted here by a darker color, this is basically the attraction. This forms the covalent bond, because we know that in covalent bond there is mutual sharing. So here London and Hitler explains it as a overlapping. Now here I have used a important term, that is overlapping. I think I shall write it with for you too. That is called overlap. It's A. Okay, it's A. So probably this is called the overlap in the cloud of where the cloud of electrons of first atom are attracted towards the second atom, and it actually shares the electron in the form of the cloud, that is known as overlap. Now this overlap is basically CB, that is covalent bond. Now here one thing to be noted is that the more the overlap, the clearer the theme that we have. Now there are some points that were given by London and Hitler. So the first point says that whenever there is overlap, keep that in mind, that there is overlap in the half atom. That probably means we all know that whenever we are filling the electrons, so it is basically filled in the form of um, actually regulating the rules and the principle. Just we know that Hund's rule, we know Pauli's exclusive principle. So these are principle carries and says that whenever we have to fill the electrons, first we have to fill it clockwise, then anti-clockwise. So the postulate, sorry, not the postulate, the point that was given by London and Hitler was that whenever there is attraction between the half atom of the two atoms. The second point was that whenever there is attraction between the opposite spin. Like here you can see that it is clockwise while this is anti-clockwise. So there is attraction towards the half cell of the opposite spin. The third point was that the greater the extent, the greater the strength of the atom. Now we know that whenever there is larger atom, so probably the extent is more. So here the point is that whenever the nucleus of two atoms are far from each other, there is more extent, so that's why the strength is more in the covalent bond. In the ionic bond, it's opposite. The shorter the extent, the greater the strength, but here in covalent bond, it's opposite. So you can see here now the extent is more here and the strength is more, but here the atom is probably smaller. So that's all about today's lecture. I hope that you get it, and thank you so much for watching this video.